to all of my Leos out there. So please make sure to get my book on Amazon. The link to that is in the description box below. Would really appreciate it if you would. If this reading resonated with you, then get a private reading from me at Kareemspiritworks.wixsite.com, right? Or you can contact me at Kareemspiritworks@yahoo.com. The link to my website is in the description box below. So let's get into it for the Leos. Let's get into it, right, for the Leos. All right, so oh wow. All right, one more shuffle. Oh wow. So for the Leos, the 10 of Cups, 10 of Wands, okay. Kind of like Virgo, actually. The 7 of Pentacles, the Moon, okay. 6 of Pentacles, the Star, okay. 5 of Pentacles, the Empress, the Page of Wands, and the Knight of Swords, okay. So the Star card represents your opposite zodiac sign, Aquarius. Okay. But yet again, at the same time, the sun is a star and Leos are ruled by the sun. So now that's my cat up underneath there. Now the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles. These cards right here represent how a lot of you Leos, a lot of you Leos need to understand that the Moon, 7 of Pentacles, yeah, you need to heal. You Leos need to heal because the 10 of Cups is you want to be in a relationship. But I'm seeing how a lot of you Leos are done with relationships, though, even though you want to be in one. The 10 of Wands is about the justification as to why. You don't want to be in a relationship because too many relationships are dysfunctional. You offer a lot, but a lot of people don't necessarily want to get down with you. Because Leos are nice. You know, Leos are nice. You know what I'm saying? Leo, to be cool with a Leo, there has to be a certain trepidation of pain. But for the most part, Leos are nice. You know what I mean? And the things that the 7 of Pentacles is that you just perceive the dating world as no matter what you do, this is your perception, no matter what you do, no matter how you turn, there's always somebody trying to play you, manipulate, swindle you out of something. Swindle you out of free dates, right? Where you go out and you get food. Swindle you out of, time, the dysfunctional stuff that they're doing. Well, if I have some advice for you. If you Leos think that people are wasting your time, then stop doing any of that stuff until you get to know the person intimately, if you catch my drift. Now, the Moon and the 6 of Pentacles, right? And if you'd like for me to explain why, then contact me for a personal reading. Let's get into it. So the Moon and the 6 of Pentacles, these two cards right here represent. Now, the Moon is about how it is that you need to heal. And the 6 of Pentacles means you need to have some sort of reinvention with yourself. What it's trying to say here is That's the moon and the Six of Pentacles. What these two cards are trying to say here is, like I said, you need to heal because the world, the entire planet does not resonate like that. That's the narrative. And the reason why the narrative exists like that is because most people are getting down with the narrative. They're getting down with the narrative of, you know, a lot of intimacy, you know, not a lot of common sense, not a lot of planning, you know, ignoring responsibilities. So as a result of this, obviously you're not a part of it because the moon is obviously bothering you. Otherwise, you would have the sun card and you know, a lot more cards would be peachy keen, where you don't necessarily want this. Okay, well, a lot of you Leos want the relationship, but you're looking at it from a point of view of what's the point? Well, situation is that you just have to understand that and come to peace with the idea that, yeah, most people are down with the narrative, but that doesn't have to be you. The Star card and the Five of Pentacles, the Star card is you want to be able to at some point re-enter into you know, get back dating again. But as of right now, some of you who will listen to this message, you will heal. You will take the time. Remember what it is I say. No less than 30 days. Why? Because the more intimate partners you have within a given window. Like for instance, let's just say you had 30 intimate partners, different intimate partners within 30 days. That will create a lot of hold on. Mom? You all right? Okay. That will create a lot of, some of my family members walking in, but that will create a lot of mental problems, emotional problems. So what you want to do is, remember, giving yourself at least 30 days helps you to at least 30 days. You can do more, but it gives you enough time to detox, to heal, right? Rejuvenate yourself from dealing with this person and their habits and things of this nature. It gives you a chance to detox them from your subconscious. You understand? So what this does for you is it creates a fresh new start to start up a new cycle. Now the Five of Pentacles and the Empress, the Five of Pentacles represents, now this is the area that you want to be in, but you're going to have to work to get there, is what the Five of Pentacles is saying. You're going to have to heal from this, because a lot of people out here scared to be in relationships because they're overly cautious, scared even, I'll say, of dealing with adversity. They don't want to go through that. So the Empress now represents how this is a situation for you, where the Empress is about use this time to, like I said, create new habits, right? By doing the things, that ultimately you want to do. Maybe it's time to write that book. Maybe it's time to get started on that new workout plan, right? Maybe it's time for you to start waking up earlier and going to bed earlier, right? So the thing is that the Page of Wands and the Knight of Swords represent, what will this do for you? What will this do for you is that at first it'll be difficult, and it'll look like you're not going anywhere, you're not making any kind of improvements. But after about the first week, when you get into week 2, you will be making improvements. What does this have to do with love? Well, Well, first and foremost, like I said before, you need to detox from the trauma so that when you interact with somebody, you're not in a position where the only thing that you can do is talk about your ex. The person asks you to stop talking about your ex, please. The only thing that you can do is still talk about your ex. That's it. You're super scared, so now you're in a situation where, you develop the mentality of, no, that's not going to be me again. So what am I going to do? I'm going to be extra sensitive to this stimuli. I gotta really, 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 really watch out for this. It's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have to watch out for that. Right? You watch out for it, but don't be too cautious of it. Right? Don't be overly cautious of it. Okay? Because if you are and you pay too much attention to a few red flags, you're not going to be able to see other red flags if and when they show up. Now, what we want to do is let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the moon. The moon is very important in this reading. So you have the Lovers, the High Priestess, okay, the Hermit, okay. All three of these cards are trick cards, okay? It's not what it is revealed to look like. So the Lovers is, you need to come to grips with what do you need in love and what are real standards and what are standards at all. And when you realize in the future that people do not have standards, do you really need to keep messing with them once you've observed for yourself they don't have any standards? Now, the High Priestess is about also understanding that you need to be in a faster process of elimination. You've been around, you'll hang around people a little bit too long. That'll be part of the problem. Got to learn to cut people off faster by observing if they're full of it or if they're not. If they're not full of it, cool, stick around longer. If they are, then it's time for you to bounce. This is the thing this is the thing I'm talking about. When I didn't have the experience and the wisdom and the knowledge, right, and the understanding, I would stay in these interactions with these people who I'm getting to know for way longer than I was supposed to, because how many red flags that I needed to see? You know what I'm saying? You pick fights if you putting on makeup in the mirror. You try to pick a verbal verbal jousting, trying to create that back and forth. It's like this out of nowhere. It's like this every single month. You always doing, real risky things to yourself. You can't keep a consistent job or any of that type of stuff. Nah. So now that I'm older, much more experienced, wiser, have a lot more understanding, a lot more knowledge, I'm able to see what exactly is going on better, so that when I see certain things and I see certain amount of ignorance, I'm like, yeah, it's downhill from here, because I already know where the trajectory of the relationship is going to go. What's going to happen is that you're gonna put this in your back pocket, because that's another thing too that people use. People will tuck things away, put things in their back pocket, right, about you that they may not necessarily like, so that when they decide to leave, they can bust it out and be like, oh, and zero in on that. It's lame. And then the thing is that the Hermit represents, you need to learn to start listening to yourself. Okay? So, and stop, like I said, stop hanging around people who don't mean you any good, and really come to the core of who and what you are. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace.